Hey there, viewers. My name is Torinski, and welcome back to the end of our Hades run here. It's definitely been an interesting go of it so far. I am pretty happy on giving it a little more thought that we managed to defeat Charon with only 100 max health, because it's definitely a pretty sketchy situation to be in. Uh, Almost constantly just 2 hits away from a death, but with that, and with our performance in the final fight as well, some mistakes we made there, we are unfortunately on our last legs here, but I'm hoping that the run is strong enough to push through the final section here and hopefully get a decent amount of total bonus damage going, even with our kind of lackluster performance on the pierced butterfly here. I guess there's still a chance that we could tie with our record on bonus damage on this if we are able to get through some of these final chambers without taking damage, but that's usually a little less likely than even making it through the chambers we have been fighting so far, and we haven't been doing so well in that regard this run, so let's cross our fingers that we're gonna slip into a new mindset here.
That's a lot of coin.
Not too shabby for sure. It's been a while since we had more than just a single urn in that opening section. Boye always is a good sign of luck, or lack thereof, to come. Yeah, let's pick up Hermes. I'd really like Legendary Boon, maybe?
Associate nearby, but then who are we kidding, boss? Not like he'd answer you those questions anyhow.
Yeah, is Hermes just back to chatting now? That's interesting. Must have done some kind of slightly strange sequence break there. Well, none of these are quite what we were looking for, so I'm going to use my last reroll. Dang. That is too bad. I was definitely hoping to... I was really hoping for his legendary, because then we get our bloodstones shuffled back to us. We don't have to put ourselves in danger just to pick them up. But even that aside, like, the quicker drops... Oh, wait, that might not work, because our bloodstones don't stick in enemies. Right. But I will take specials faster, because this should charge up wicked quick now. Okay. Wow, a Daedalus hammer. It's been a while since we saw a Daedalus hammer option here. We should go for... I guess we cannot go down this path. So we shall go for this path first.
See what's in here. Set.
I do think we're best equipped to fight bosses, so we want to head down this path first, make sure that we guarantee the chamber that we have to fight the ending room of for sure is the one we're well built for. Oh hooray, life affirmation is upgrading. I could throw away the fun little hacks that we kind of organically ran ourselves into here and take a max health upgrade. Especially since, to make it more fun, we could, if we wanted, wait for the life affirmation boon to hit heroic level and then take 1 health upgrade. But, oh no. Oh no. Oh, this was a bad start. Well, that was better. Once things got a little more settled there and stopped missing all my shots.
I'll just take that.
It's immediately deleted from the face of the earth. See its haters. Now it's kind of tempting to do that and yeah, see how much life we can get in one go, because we might be able to double our health in one pickup. But I think I kind of am enjoying the threat level here, the risk associated with having this little health. Especially since our run is really strong, so I think even with that restriction, we can beat this. Just have to play well. Maybe by a Death Defiance. We'll see. I will spend 18 gold as basically just chunk change. So I have no problem spending that to top off our health, even though there is a chance that we just immediately run into the health fountain at the end of this path.
There it is already.
Yeah. Okay. Dang. Well, I was kind of hoping that we wouldn't, because
Must be
then
some
we
trick
could
Cerberus.
maybe make it through a few more chambers without feeling scared about risking too much. Rapid shots. Extra attack damage to distant foes is probably the way I want to go here. Because chain shot, I'm still pretty sure that my cast will release on the first target hit, and then the chain shots will go around, which isn't horrible for clearing out some of the ads that spawn in the final fight. But let's go sniper shot.
Tuned up.
We're usually delivering our casts from a fair distance away, and so I think that oh wow, that it really is just the very end of our shot. But I think that does kind of work out nicely there, and
Maybe I
that's
should
the word I'm
check the
looking for.
passageways before I leave.
It's synonymous to they benefit each
Something I
other.
can use.
It's not as weirdly clinical as like calling them symbiotic. Complementary. That's the word. Complementary. We got their brain. Took some hard thinking, but we got there.
It's going to be a real scene, I'll tell you now. Even Athena here will cut loose for a bit. Let
Oh,
down her
duo.
hair, you know, put on something more comfy, yeah? It's gonna be great.
Perhaps Lord Dionysus here is the true god of strategy, as it appears he is uncannily aware of my next move, cousin. Although be that as it may, I shall attempt to remain focused on your situation, not his feast.
The stone cold shutdown. I love it. Sorry, we can't gain health. Damage resistance as much as we probably need it. Also not in our wheelhouse. And,
Sata tunnels.
it's almost tempting to just go for the final fight here. We're in the best shape that we possibly could be. But I think I'll go for this boon here at the very least. Especially considering the fact that in the final chamber, if we lose a bit of health on our way there, we are able to use one stack of our companion here and still have one for the final fight. So we can do that and get some health back, which is definitely pretty sweet. How quick can I fire this off now? Ooh, I should be doing that more often, potentially. Close range. You don't always have to charge it up to full power. Sometimes you can just take the safer attack route. Ooh, pressing the wrong button there. That really contextualizes just how much health those rats have, because one of those special shots, one hit, almost one hit, the satyr boss,
Damn it, can't get that.
pretty wacky. Oh no, you son of a... 2 gold? Is there an urn? Urn, please? Well, you know what? I didn't want it anyway. So, let's start with God Gauge full. Let's get a random item. Cyclops Jerky. Not what we would want out of that, but I'll take it. Let's do it. Let's try and take in a few fancy upgrades. Or take a few upgrades into the final fight. We should be, this should be final chamber. Yes. It does indeed seem to be. Jeez, don't shoot me, please. Bit rough of a start here, but we're not taking damage yet, so that's a bonus compared to usual. Launch that across the way. Launch that across the way. Point blank. Point blank. Maybe not. Let's stop risking. Managed to get this far without taking any damage. Let's not unnecessarily stand in front of rats or anything like that. get chopped. Poison all those buddies. Taste of their own medicine and all that. That should do that. That should do that. Oh, we actually got another stack of the pierced butterfly. It's a miracle.
Don't know what it is about you, Zacharias, but I feel like I can be me with you, you know? Maybe it's that you don't constantly talk over me like everybody else. Besides Callisto and the nymphs, I guess. Not that I can even hear you, but you know what I mean, right?
How does the game know that I don't talk over the NPC dialogue? So I still don't know if anything is critical hitting. But with pressure points, it should, right? That was based off of this, so we need to deflect something, and then in the next 2 seconds, launch casts off. I don't know if I have the wherewithal to actually pull that off without losing a bunch of health in the process, which unfortunately can't really afford to lose a lot of health by any stretch. So, I could go through on more, but I think we're just about as ready as we'll ever be. So let's spend the last of our money. Hangover afflicted foes are more likely to take critical damage. Critical damage, or critical chance per... What are the stacks called? Hangover. Hangover stack. Oh, it's right there on the right. Of course. So that's max of 5 stacks, 7.5%. On top of the 20%, on top of the 3%. So we have like a 30% critical chance if enemies are hangover afflicted and we deflect something. Just keep all that organized in the brain. It's really straightforward. Here, yeah, I guess. Let's just go with base damage on the cast. Especially since, right, that gets amplified through a decent number of things. Yeah, that's a good idea. And that's that, okay. Too bad we can't use our companion twice. I'd like to get double the health, or healing, I guess, is the easier way to parse that. Cerberus abandoned his post in order to eat. I've probably seen that message before, but it's at least been a while because I like it. It was unfamiliar. Okay, get ready for my hands to just start leaking sweat. Going into this fight with no death defiance is a lot of pressure.
You have circumvented all of my security measures again, but can you get through me?
Do my best. That's the thing. This game definitely gives me crazy sweaty palms in a lot of these fights, but I would say that it's not the worst in terms of that condition, because there are 2 instances in my life that always stand out to me. And the first was when I was fairly young, watching the movie Hide and Seek, and for whatever reason, the one, like the climactic scene, I didn't feel that scared, but my hands were just completely covered in a thick sheen of sweat. But the other time, funnily enough, was about 2 days ago, and that one was because I finally got around to watching the movie Free Solo, and I really enjoy rock climbing, and watching them free solo the really big cliffs. Like, I'm not even I'm watching parts, I'm not even at the part where Alex Arnold climbs El Cap yet. Oh, I'm gonna die.
He's trying to respawn.
Jeez. Okay, that's good. Oh no! Oh, I had to wait for a second to let the green explode, and I thought I had just a split moment between them. I was too concentrated on thinking about free soloing cliffs in El Capitan.
I can't get used to that.
Oh well. That was a weirdly anticlimactic end to the final run, I guess. Would have liked a victory out of it, but it's almost fitting to be shafted like that. It's a bit more reminiscent of how a lot of the series went. Even though maybe that's just kind of a negative bias thing where you kind of remember the bad runs a bit more than the good ones, I feel. But dang, that was so close to making it through without any health pickups. I definitely think I could have pulled it together at the end, especially since I should have used my companion and picked up some health. I forgot that that was an option. Silly me. Letting banter come in here and distract me. I do. By the way, highly recommend the movie Free Solo. It's very interesting. Alex Honnold is an interesting person as well. Definitely don't quite have the same disregard of fear that he's somehow able to conjure. But anyway, that's a tangent for another time, I guess, because we're here at the end of it all. I won't do too much of an ending spiel here because I do think I might do one final video in which we just run through the house here and maybe go to the administrative chamber and look at some of our statistics and talk about how I felt about the series as a whole. Now that I think that with this run, I'm officially at 100 hours played. I think I was at like 98 and a half before. And the in-game time, even though it's usually like half an hour to 40 minutes, these in general take me an hour and a half to make. So should be pretty much exactly at the 100-hour mark. So that's fitting as well for the finale, at least for now. If in the future some people discover this series and really enjoy it for whatever reason, I could definitely be convinced to come back. But as it is, I'm hoping to try out some new things and have some fun in the YouTube space here moving forward. But regardless of the rough finish and kind of sad finale of it all, I definitely still had a whole lot of fun with this run. It felt challenging, which was probably actually a good thing for me, because without that little bit of extra grit, I don't feel quite as right about ending on a heat level as low as 7, but with a challenge like that, made it a bit more almost equivalent to what we saw at the highest heat levels we got to at the Twin Fist. So that's pretty fun in its own right. I hope you enjoyed watching as well, this and any of the other runs that you managed to hop in for. And yeah, definitely shoot me a subscription if you want to be notified of whatever the next series comes out and that kind of stuff. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and definitely leave a comment with your thoughts on the game itself, on any of the series you managed to watch, maybe what you'd like to see in the future as well. But regardless of all that, I do hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you out there. And I hope to see you in the next video. I'll see you soon. See ya.